All right, so bear with me, folks. I'm going to be moving and everything, so that's why everything's looking all haywire in the background right there, even more so than normal. Now, when it comes to this whole Ma'Khia Bryant situation, and then when it comes to the Derek Chauvin situation, I've said this. I said this whenever the Chauvin verdict came down. I said, you know what? If I were police, I would completely pull out of all these neighborhoods that don't want anything to do with the police. I would let, and I'm serious. I would be done with any of these people. When it came to that, I would rather all the police at this point, or we pull out all help. We'll send in some what do you call it? What do they say? Shrinks or healthcare workers or whatever. We'll send in someone to see if they can get the situation down. Because at this point, these people don't want help. And if people are there to help, they'll do nothing but sit there and get mad and call the people racist whenever they try to put forth any effort or any force when it comes to people that are terrorizing their neighborhoods. So if you don't necessarily want anyone fixing anything in your neighborhood, so I tell you what, what we'll do is at this point, we'll just provide a coroner to come pick up the body, or we'll just provide some body bags where they can just line the body bags up at the freeway intersection. Just line those up, and people are in the corners to come get those. Because honestly, at this point, I'm sick of it. This was nothing but mob rule. Even if we give and just say that Chauvin was completely guilty, intended to do what he was going to do, blah, blah, blah. The thing is that I got in this conversation with some guys at work. I said, it's not good when there's mob rule. And the mob is saying that you better convict or there's going to be a problem. Or you better not convict because there's going to be a problem. Because we know that that's also coming. You better not convict as well. So you better convict when we tell you to convict and not convict when we tell you not to. Now the whole freaking this Ma'Khia Bryant situation. Now you think about this. There's people that are upset, LeBron James included. There are people that are upset about this and saying, hey, even though she was in the act of stabbing someone, the police were still wrong. That's why I say at this point, it's time to do a clean break from these people, from these neighborhoods. Let the activists, hey, activists, y'all take care of it. Y'all take care of these neighborhoods. Because at this point, there's nothing that anyone can do right. And if there's nothing anyone can do right, then cool. Because the thing is that hesitating or doing whatever you're going to do, all that's going to do is get somebody killed. That'll get an officer killed or an innocent bystander. That's all that's going to do. So I tell you what, everybody just pull out. Because if they're wrong, even when someone is in the act of about to physically assault someone and a cop shoots that person and he's still wrong, then now I know that there needs to be a clean break. Someone in the comments section on another video asked me to comment on this, and honestly, these days at this point after the Chauvin trial, I don't really have anything else to say when it comes to these neighborhoods and things like this, these activists, because they're not going to be happy. That it's never going to be about actually helping anyone, especially black people. It's never going to be about any of that. And the sooner you realize that crap, the better. So I tell you what, if the police can do nothing right and nothing but wrong, why don't you just pull all the police out? Because this is such a clear-cut case right here. And then LeBron James gets on there and doxes the guy and says, your time's coming, or whatever the hell he said. Dangerous times. Extremely dangerous times to live in. So what I say, my remedy for all of this is pull all law enforcement out of those neighborhoods, bring in a psychologist, give the psychologist the law enforcement vehicles or Priuses or whatever the hell they're going to run a roll with, and just let them go on in there. And I don't care when something starts happening to them. I don't care. I don't care anymore. It's done. That's the way I feel about it all. So the obvious thing is that the cop did save this woman's life. But what this actually shows, because people are still calling for the cops badge number and calling the doxing and saying he was completely wrong, what that further shows is that there's nothing. You can't get a more perfect situation than that, can you? Can you get a more perfect situation? Or not perfect, but like a more textbook situation. He literally gets someone while that person is in the act of about to doing something or to doing something to another person, and he's still in the wrong. And so if that's the case, let's just call it, that's it. Comment, like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. All right.